We, as Reverend Shannon mentioned earlier, just got back from our annual meditation retreat, which never fails to grow me.
Oh,
Every time.
thank you.
Every time. And it's fun. We have fun while we do it. So next year, when you see it coming up, I'm telling you, go ahead and drop on in.
Thank you.
We got to have some really quality time with some of our beloveds from Colorado and new friends from Colorado and new friends from right here. And it is just such a joy to have these pieces of my heart returned back to me.
Indeed, indeed.
You know exactly what I mean by that.
I do.
And the other thing that I was really struck by this weekend, and I'm not alone in this, I heard this reflected to me all weekend, is how grateful I am that we chose this.
Oh my gosh. What a kind thing to say. Thank you. I did not see that coming. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you.
And
Wow.
And what's even better, y'all, is that she chose us.
Oh.
That she is here, that she is here to stay, that this is us, this right here,
Yep.
what you see and what we are growing into, this is us, and this is going to be us for a really long time. So I want to thank you, Rev.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
I want to thank you. But
you for that.
in these times,
Yes, yes, yes.
as we say,
Yes, yes.
Reverend, in the past, we've had a box and people have put in questions, and we've pulled questions out of the box, and we've done out-of-the-box conversations where we just talk about the questions. Y'all, there are so many questions coming at us these days, we don't even need a box anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
And I have pulled a few of the ideas and the questions that keep coming up again and again for us to have a discussion about. So that's what today is about. We're gonna talk about life. We're gonna get really real for a few minutes. So hang in with us.
Absolutely.
So one of the questions that we have been fielding a lot lately, I would say particularly in the last 5-6 months. This is a good version of it. So I'm going to read you what someone actually asked one of us. They said, I don't understand why all of this hardship is happening in our country right now. I thought we were heading towards enlightenment. Me too, friend. Me too. They said, is all of this negative energy and upset happening because of dark forces or what? They said, please help me understand why this is happening and where it is taking us. Reverend Shannon. Please help us understand, for the love of all that is holy, what is happening.
Okay, just that.
Just that.
Just that. Well, it's such a good question. It's such a
It
really
is.
good question. And I really appreciate the part of the question is, are there dark forces? Because depending on what your, religion of origin might have been, I just want to clear something up first. In our New Thought teaching, especially for those of you who are new or newish, we don't believe in dark forces. We do not subscribe to the thing called the devil or Satan or hell. We do not believe hell is a place where you go or a lake of fire or any of that. We do not subscribe to that. What we understand in New Thought is that this is a loving, benevolent universe that always has our back, that is always on our side, that is always for us. Always, always, always. Hell is a place of our own making, for sure. But there is nothing negative out there. Why do we believe this? Because we understand in New Thought this beautiful gift that we have been given, which is free will.
That's right.
We get to choose heaven or hell in this life. We get to choose that for ourselves. Another way of saying this in more modern language might be shadow and light. The shadowed, if you're living in the shadowed side of yourself or the light side of yourself. So there's another way of looking at that. So let's just get that right. So that's there. The devil made me do it is a cop-out. No, that was a choice you made. So let's be clear with that. And that's okay. We're here to grow, and we're here to learn, and we are not our mistakes. So I want to make this question personal. So let's start with, like what's happening in the world and all of that. Let's start with the personal. So think about something in your own life that you have healed. That you have healed, whatever that was. So let's say it was an inner critic. That was mine. That was my biggest healing in this life. The harshest inner critic. Oh my word, Shannon, Eileen, the way I used to talk to myself. Heartbreaking. And in order for me to heal that, I first found a community like this, and I understood, this is a spiritual growth thing. Okay. So I first had to uncover it. I had to look at it. I had to face why I did that to myself. If you have moved through, let's say, any kind of pattern of behavior that you no longer engage in, an addiction perhaps, something that no longer serves you, you had to first look at it, right? Are you following me? It had to come up so that you could look at it and decide, do I want to keep it? Or do I want to heal that and let that go and replace it with something else? Do I want to keep living on that shadow side of myself, or do I want to choose to live my inheritance, my divine inheritance, which is the light within me? It's a choice. Again, it's all a choice. So I believe that this moment we're in America, and it is a moment in time. We have this, may I say actually, perhaps we are being forced to look at the shadow side of the collective of what's happening in these United States of America. So what does that look like? Well, things are happening right now that are forcing us to really look, and I'm going to say too, it's a lot of people that that might not be on our particular journey. So as a collective, we're being forced to look at the shadow side of America, how America was founded, the stealing of lands, colonialism, the enslavement of people. We say all people are created equal, and yet systems have been in place since the beginning of the founding of this country that are the absolute opposite of that, yes? So we are in a time historically, because I believe that we are all evolving spiritually, yes we are, to the point where we are being asked to look as a culture, as a country, at our shadow so that we can heal it. I want to be very clear. Just like when you did your own work about your thing, healing your thing, or maybe you're in that process right now, it's not a punishment.
That's right.
It's a process, and it has to happen. Otherwise, it's bypassed. Things get swept under the rug. Laws are passed that don't support huge groups of people. Do you see? And what's happening right now that I find so hopeful is that there is a large group of people in our American culture, if you will, that are waking up because things are happening that are impacting them. People who have never been interested in politics, who have never watched the news, who don't really care about that, but they do care about the federal workers who are losing their jobs. They do care about their Social Security and Medicaid being threatened. They do care about keeping our museums and our public parks open. They do care about keeping U.S. aid, because as Americans, we know that part of what we do, part of our culture, is helping people in other countries. So they are starting to wake up to this, and that is a spiritual awakening, whatever their religion may be. I like to remind us every once in a while, for you new folks, on our banner, we have all the main world religions right here. We have an altar that we have beautiful representations of world religions. It doesn't matter what your religion is. We here are spiritual, not religious. That's kind of our jam. And people are waking up all over. So this is not a dark forces kind of thing. This is a catalyst for all of us to wake up to our oneness and our divine inheritance as spiritual beings on this planet. And I am so grateful. It's hard, and yet this is how we will have peace in our lifetime.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's my answer to that.
Well, and now we will take an offering. No, just kidding. This second question, I will admit, is very personal to me. It's a conversation my husband and I have almost daily. And it goes like this: with everything going on, I want to make a difference. But with my life as it is, I feel that all I can do right now seems like such a small thing. I'm feeling guilty for not doing more. I want to help, but my capacity to do so is limited. I don't feel like I am helping as much as I could.
You know, when you say that, I have thought that myself. So I'm reminded of a story that I love. And it is about a man with a boat and a painter. And the man with the boat hires the painter to paint his boat red. And the painter comes on the day, and he's painting the boat red, and he notices that there's a small hole in the hull of the boat. And he doesn't even think twice about it, and he fixes the hole in the boat. And he continues to finish painting the boat, and then he goes on his merry way. The man pays him. It's great, terrific. The next day, the owner of the boat shows up at the man's workplace with more money to give him. And the painter says, "Oh, no, you already paid me. You gave me plenty of money. You gave me plenty of money." And the owner of the boat said, "No, you don't understand. You repaired the hole in my boat." And the man said, "Oh, that was such a small thing. That was such a small thing. No, you don't need to pay me for that." And the owner of the boat said, "You don't understand. My children took the boat out on the water while I was gone today. And the water was rough. And I came home, and my kids weren't there, and the boat was gone, and I was panicked, and I was terrified that something had happened to my children. My friend, by you repairing that hole in the boat, you saved my children." We never know how we have repaired the holes in someone else's boat. And I promise you that you have repaired more holes in people's boats than you can even imagine, from the tiniest thing to the biggest thing. And so no action is too small. No action. You know, we have had those little postcards to send to the Ukraine embassy in support of Ukraine. That action, you have no idea how you filling out one of those cards and sending a love note in support of Ukraine may have helped someone. You have no idea how just a warm smile could have helped someone. I remember several years ago, after a service, I was a brand new minister. I was in the lobby, and a young person came to me and said thank you, and they were very, very emotional. And I said, "Oh, I'm just so glad you're here, thanks." And they said, "You don't understand." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "I was here a year ago, and I was ready to end my life. And I walked into these doors, and I changed my mind." We never know. Just being us, just being who you are. So keep doing those little things. Keep repairing the holes in the little boats that come your way, and you will make a difference.
Yes, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was in a class, God help me, another Zoom class.
Ministerial school.
Ministerial
It's a
school
lot of
via
classes.
Zoom
Lot of classes.
is a fun life. It has been marvelous and wonderful. I was in class recently, in a Zoom class, and several of us have our pronouns on our screen. My name says Shelley Walker, she, her. Hi, my name is Shelley Walker.
Of course.
I'm practitioner Shelley Walker. My pronouns are she, her. It's automatic for us now. And I was in a breakout room with a very dear and wonderful human who said, I don't understand the pronouns thing. She said, can you, it's a code for something, right? It's a code. It's a code. And I said, well, it is kind of a code. It's a code that means whoever you are, you're safe with me.
Yes.
And I've been thinking a lot about that exchange ever since that happened last weekend. And I am frightened sometimes for some people that I love. And it is not feeling like love is winning. And it's feeling a little scary out there, Reverend Shannon.
I'm with you. It is scary. Can we name that? It's scary. And here's the truth. Love always wins. And love is a long game. It's a long game. We are here, I believe we incarnated here to learn to love ourselves more and to learn to love the world more, to learn to love each other more. You know, the trans community lives in my heart. And I was reminded, you know, this is the last Sunday of Women's History Month, and I was reminded recently that, you know, we are going through a scary, hard time here in our country. And we have been through scary, hard times in our country many times. In the Great Depression, for example, you know, people were starving to death in the Great Depression. And yet, there were people who taught the people at that time and generations to come that when things are scary, when things are hard, we have an opportunity to look for the love, to consciously look for the love. There was a group of incredibly brave women who were librarians, and they would ride on horseback in the middle of the Great Depression, sometimes over 100 miles a week, and bring books to communities in Appalachia to make sure that even in the midst of a Great Depression, those people would be educated. They would learn there was love there. And so in every a time, in every moment where we are being challenged by a lack of love, it is our spiritual impetus and guidance and job to love more, to seek it out wherever we can. You know, tomorrow is International Transgender Visibility Day, and we are going to celebrate that here in our community, and we have a very special gift. Our very beloved guitarist, Adrian, wrote a song for this, and they are going to sing this for us in honor of International Trans Visibility Day. Thank you so much, Adrian. You're so loved. Take it away, my friend.
I wanna thank you for being you. I wanna thank you for what you do. If you're a garbage collector, design protector, traffic controller, calculating the vector, a sexy street walker, a badass talker, a strip club dancer, or a heavy metal rocker, I thank you for being you. I wanna thank you for what you do. If you're a teacher to the masses, a kid who wears glasses, an activist, radical, kicking some ass. If you're down on your luck, you're trying to make a buck, well, hold your head high, don't let your yum get yucked. I wanna thank you for being you. I wanna thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
We're all DNA, making our way through the day. I want to thank you for being you.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Well, if you're black, brown, or yellow, a girl or a fella, or somewhere in between, trans, cis, queer, wearing a purple beard, shout it out, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I wanna thank you for being you.
Thank you.
I wanna thank you
Thank you.
for what you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanna thank you.
Thank you.
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 I wanna thank you.
Oh, thank you, Adrian. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. What? Oh my goodness. I love us so much.
I do too.
Oh, wow. Wow. And you know, I want to just invite everyone here and all of you online tomorrow to consider taking just a moment out of your day tomorrow and just light a candle and say a prayer for our trans community, please. Please. Yeah. Yeah, join me in that. Thank you.
We will.
Thank you.
We will.
Yeah.
So I just came off of a wickedly awesome meditation retreat.
Yay!
And I am in Blissville, along with 27 other humans. And I just got to experience that. And this is where I want to live. I want to live in Blissville, where we get to express authentically us.
Yes.
Whatever that looks like and feels like and moves, how it moves through the world. And guess what, Reverend Shannon?
What is that?
That's not always the world I live in.
Ah.
Because I am human and I have a glorious thing called a cell phone.
Uh-huh.
And I, as a responsible, mature, voting adult, I feel like I need to know what's going on in the world so that I know how to respond appropriately. And sometimes I don't like how that feels.
Yeah.
I don't like how the adulting feels right now. So this question really resonated with me, and it was this.
Yes.
This person emailed us and said, I just feel so sad and scared. They said, watching the news feels like doom scrolling. Where is the good news? And this is the part. They said, how will we get through this intact?
Right. Together. We're going to get through this intact together. This is a time of community and joining together and with kindred spirits, with like-minded people, with people who will light a candle for the trans community tomorrow. Do you know? So truly, if you have anyone in your community, friends, wherever you are, that you think would dig our jam here, bring them, because this is not a time to be alone. I want to start with that. Truly, this is not, and I'm also speaking to the introverts in the room, of which I am a proud card-carrying member. Really, this is the time to be in community. So we're going to get through this intact together. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we get to do together in the midst of all of this, first of all, and I've shared this before, I personally have had to limit my scrolling and the news. I absolutely am committed to knowing what is happening in our world, but doing it in a way that feels safe and honoring of me, in a way that is healthy. It's really easy to go down that rabbit hole. Please don't. That's not going to serve you in any way. So to make sure that you are educated from nonpartisan news sources where you just get the facts, you can Google that. There are a handful of really, really good ones. We're going to be together in community. And what I would say is, I think sometimes we can have that inertia feeling come over us because it feels like so much, right? I know it's not just me. It feels like even that, protected news source is like, okay, I need a nap. And that's their objective. That is their objective, to exhaust us into submission, to have us just go back to sleep. But we're not going to go back to sleep.
No, we are not.
Are you with me? We're not going back to sleep. Absolutely not. And what I want to say to that is there's a gentleman by the name of Rich Roll, if you know his work. He is a recovering alcoholic of many decades who's now this ultra-endurance athlete. And he talks about this idea of that our mood follows our action. Our mood follows our action. So sometimes when that inertia kicks in, all we want to do is take a nap. But if you can remember that your mood will be elevated when you are in service, taking action, whatever that is, filling out that postcard, joining us for a town hall or a rally, or whatever it may be, or coming to a spiritual growth circle, or just coming to service on Sunday, or watching online, or whatever it may be, if you can remember that mood follows action, it will help you get up off the couch or out of bed and say, I will feel better. If you can just know that for yourself, it's a really powerful tool. It's like, I don't feel like doing that. If I want to feel better, if I take even the smallest action, wash the dishes, go for a walk, call a magnificent friend, join a community, your mood will boost and buoy when it will follow that action. One of the things I want to share with you, speaking of action, we talk about doing our inner work and then walking that out in the world. It's so important. It's how we evolve as human beings. Meditation retreat is amazing. Don't get me wrong, and it's a very important skill. And then the next step is to walk everything that we've learned out into the world, to take action, to help make the world a better place, which we say every week. And so, if you don't know yet, this coming Saturday, April 5th, is a national stand up for our rights, our democracy, our Constitution. John, do you happen to have that flyer? Here we go. April 5th, here in Portland. It's going to be at the Japanese American Historical Plaza. It's going to start at 12 noon. We are going to meet in the front parking lot right out here at 11 a.m. If you have your T-shirt, your TSL t-shirt, wear it. It just helps us find you. And if you want to meet us there, we'll all be in our t-shirts. And we are going to do what we do in progressive spiritual community, and we are going to stand for the values and for underrepresented people and for human rights. Are you with me? Will you join me on Saturday? Let's do that. Let's do that. Yes. You can stand. You can stand. You can stand. Let's stand.
Yes.
Let's take a stand. Let's
Take
take
a
a stand.
stand.
Let's take a stand. Let's take a stand. Let's take a stand together. So this coming Saturday, April 5th, in the parking lot, please meet us there if you are local. And if you are joining from other states, which I know you are, all you have to Google is 5050.1. That's one of the organizations you can Google, and all the information is there. And this is how we live our values with love in the world. It's a family-friendly gathering. These are filled with love. This is what that means, to move our feet, to walk our feet out into the world. And so I invite you all to join me, those of you online, and take pictures and share on social media so that we can continue supporting those that are maybe still in the process of waking up, and we can do that together.